Welcome to the Tennessee Virtual College Fair. Thank you for joining us. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are off so the panelists cannot see or hear you. This is just one of many different sessions happening, so be sure to check out the full sign up for additional sessions. This presentation is being recorded and will be available within about a week at the website where you registered. And now I'd like to turn it over to our first presenter from Austin Peay State University.
Alrighty, hi guys, my name is Jordan Hartwell and I am the admissions counselor from Austin Peay State University. So I just kind of want to tell you some information about it. I'm going to share my screen and show you a presentation and hopefully it'll be exciting. Okay, let's do from beginning. Perfect. So I'm here from Austin Peay State University. Welcome. We're so excited that you're here today to hear from us. Some quick facts about us. So we have just over 11,000 students on our campus. We are a very mid-sized campus, so we're not very massive. Some other things, we do have the highest safety level from TBI. We're very safe on our campus. We have our own police station on our campus, and we have police officers monitoring because in this day and time, you can never be too safe. We do have a ton of different majors. We have more than 50 majors on our campus. We have something for everybody. We are nationally ranked in our nursing program and our agriculture program, so a lot of students come for those. And we do have small class sizes. So the average class size is about 21 students to one professor. So it's very hands-on, a very personal feel. So that's awesome that we offer that on our campus. We do have a ton of student organizations. So students coming are really interested in getting involved on our campus. And since we do have a smaller class load and student size, it's really awesome. You can make an impact on our campus. We have things from service learning organizations to sorority and fraternity life to religious organizations to a bass fishing team to a cat club for people who love cats. There is something for absolutely anyone on our campus. So I recommend if you're coming, kind of browse some of our organizations. We are Division I in sports in the Ohio Valley Conference. So any of my sports people out there who really want to go to college and play for a D1 school, look into us a little bit. We have women's basketball, beach volleyball, cross country, golf, soccer, softball, tennis, track and field, and volleyball. For men's, we do have baseball, basketball, cross country, football, golf, and tennis. We have, in my own personal opinion, the best college cheer, which is Let's Go Peay. I just think that's hilarious to hear at games and to see people wearing shirts that say Let's Go Peay. So that's something, a big draw for our campus. If you want to be a Gov with us, we do our applications completely online. Everything is super simple. It takes maybe 25 minutes to fill out. There's no essay requirement or anything. Right now, we are actually offering a free application to any of our incoming freshmen using the code MVP21. So if you haven't applied and you want to get a free application right now, I highly encourage use that link, use that code to get that free app. We are an OR school, so we are looking at a 2.85 GPA or a 20 on the ACT or SAT equivalent. So if you have the GPA, but not necessarily the test scores, you're good to go. We just need one of those things. Our hub of everything is at apsu.edu. It stands for Austin Peay State University, obviously, so super easy to remember. All of our academic scholarships cut off on November 15th. So if you are wanting to apply and interested about us, make sure you get in an application by the 15th so we can consider you for those. All of our scholarships, they start at a 22 on the ACT and a 3.5 GPA. So if you're kind of bumping up your GPA a little bit or you need to retake the ACT, that's where those start for us. If you want to, we are offering tours and campus events right now. We are offering virtual and in-person tours. So whatever makes you feel safe and comfortable, that's what we're doing. We are having an AP day, which is basically our big campus day where you can come, see campus, tour, get an idea of everything on November 14th. It's completely free to sign up, and it's all at apsu.edu/tours. What's the cost? So I know that that's a big question for many students. We are a little over $4,000 a semester for our in-state students for tuition and fees. We also do offer Tennessee Promise. We are one of the four-year universities that does actually offer Tennessee Promise. So for some of my students that want the 2 years for free for the first 2 years, that's something that you can look into with us. If you're wanting to add housing and a meal plan, it's going to bump you up about $5,000 more depending on which you pick. So roughly each year, we're about $19,000. Housing, there is a freshman residency requirement. So if you live out of 50 miles away from us, you are required to live on campus your freshman year, and you all can have a car on campus. If you want to live on campus, but you live super close, that's okay. You can still live on campus. And our housing applications are now live for our students coming in the fall. If you want to keep in touch with me, we do have a Twitter and an Instagram. We post on it weekly, so you can see some cool stuff, pictures about campus and everything like that. This is also my number and my email, hartwellj@apsu.edu, and that's me laughing in the corner like a crazy person. If you want to email me or call me, we can definitely talk. If you want to schedule a one-on-one Zoom or anything, that's what I am here for. So anything you need, Austin Peay related, I'm your gal. So just feel free and reach out to me. Other than that, thanks so much, guys, and I hope you come to the Peay.
Thank you. Next, we'll be hearing from Sewanee, the University of the South.
Hi, everybody. My name is Sarah Butler, and I'm the Associate Director of Admission at Sewanee. And I'm here to tell you a little bit about our campus. In terms of the basics, we are located in southeastern Tennessee. You can see us right there on the map. We're about 45 minutes away from Chattanooga, and we're about an hour and 15 minutes away from Nashville. We have about 1,700 students. They are from 44 states and 30 different countries. If you take all the states and to see the most popular one, Tennessee makes sense because we are in Tennessee, and about 21% of our students are from out of state. I mean, are from in-state, and 79% are from out of state. In terms of the undergraduate enrollment, we have a nice gender balance. About 50% of our students are male, 50% of our students are female, 18% of our students are students of color, and about a third of our students are athletes. Last year we had about 533 freshmen. We were a little over enrolled. So next year we're thinking that we'll have between 475 and 500 students. As I mentioned before, we're a small liberal arts school, which means that this is the kind of school where you don't need to declare your major, your going into freshman year. We want you to come in having an idea about what you want to do, but we don't want you to have to make any commitments until second semester of sophomore year. As a freshman, you'll be working on those core requirements, pursuing things that you like, but then also pursuing other things that may be something that you end up liking. We want you to be that well-rounded student. We have 38 majors and 44 minors, and then we also have 5 pre-professional programs. So whatever you're thinking about, we can take you there one way or another. The average class size is 17 students, and they're all taught by professors with terminal degrees in their field. So there's no TAs. There's lots of opportunities inside of the classroom, but there's also a lot of opportunities outside of the classroom. There are over 80 different clubs and organizations. We are a Division III school, and so we have 24 varsity sports. We have theater, we have music, we have an outing program. We have all kinds of interesting things that are going on around campus. But these are all things that all of the schools are going to be able to offer you. We're going to offer you an excellent education and interesting things outside of the classroom. So, what is it that makes Sewanee different than the other schools that might be here? What is unique about us? Each one of our schools has something that's kind of unique and it contributes to fit. So why might Sewanee be a good fit for you? There's a couple things that I wanted to outline. Number one, we have this amazing campus. We have the second largest campus in the United States. As I said before, we're on top of the Cumberland Plateau with 13,000 acres. We have 14 lakes, 15 caves, over 60 miles of trails. It's kind of like going to school in the middle of a national park. Here's a trail, here's a lake. The benefit of having such beautiful campuses, that's also a living laboratory. So a lot of the science classes are taught on campus, but not limited to the science classes. There are also other classes that take advantage of having such a wonderful living laboratory. Another thing that's really unique about us is that we have a really small community. We have a town of 3,500 people, including the student body. So when you come to Sewanee, you're not just a student, you're a citizen of the community. Our vice chancellor is our town's mayor. Our fire department is staffed by students along with community members. Our EMS squad is staffed by students. Our elementary school has students. The coffee shop is run by students. The movie theater is run by students. So if you like to get involved, then Sewanee is a great place to be. This is a theme house that is having a farm to table event for the entire community. Athletics are very popular within the community. It's a place where you're going to get to know everybody of all ages because of the situation that we're in. In terms of the application process, you apply to Sewanee through the common application. There's no application fee and there's no supplement. We are looking at your GPA. The average GPA of a student coming in was 3.7. The mid-range for the ACT was 28 to 30, and the mid-range for the SAT was 1270 to 1360. Sorry about that. If you feel like your scores don't represent your ability in the classroom, you can choose to apply test optional. We're looking at RECs, your extracurriculars, and of course the essay that's on the Common App. In terms of deadlines, we have a smorgasbord for you. Early decision is November 15th, early actions December 1st. Early decision 2 is January 15th, and regular decision is February 1st. Whatever deadline you apply to, all of your financial aid needs to be done at that time. Whatever deadline you apply to, there's no application fee to be considered. No application to be considered for merit-based scholarships. Your application is automatically considered for merit-based scholarships. So that's just a little bit about Sewanee. In a nutshell, if you have any questions, give me a chat. Thank you.
Thank you. So send in any Q&A questions that you have, and next we'll be hearing from Trevecca Nazarene University.
All right. All right. All right. All right. So thank you all. My name is Jared Austin, and I'm an Associate Director of Admissions here at Trevecca. And so I'm excited to get to share with you a little bit more about our university, a Christian university right here in downtown Nashville. So we have over 90 plus programs here at Trevecca.
Your screen isn't up yet.
All right, sorry about that. There we go. How about now? Is that better? All right, there we go. So we have about 90 plus programs here at the university. We have some excellent internship opportunities. We really strive to take advantage of being here in Nashville. So whether a student is looking at the sciences or looking at music business, music performance, journalism, criminal justice, we have some really neat internship opportunities capitalize on right here in Nashville. We have an excellent career and counseling center. These folks really do extensive interviews with interns as they return, so we can really get a good feel for businesses and organizations that are treating the interns well. Smaller classroom sizes, 18 to 1 student to teacher ratio. That's an average. A lot of our general education classes, being a liberal arts institution in the beginning, vary from anywhere from 35 to 40 students. But once students progress into the heart of their major, their core classes, those condense down oftentimes to less than 35, 40 students in a particular classroom. And then lots of opportunities for research through the Department of Math and Science. They have a cadaver lab, a greenhouse, an urban farm, all of which are used for undergraduate research that students can take advantage of. Excellent research opportunities through the Department of English, multimedia journalism as well. So students really get more of a hands-on feel for research with us being a smaller institution here at Trevecca. Just some various places that students have been interning at recently here in Nashville. You can see the list cover just a variety of programs. Some of our professional sports teams here are taking on our interns from sports management, exercise science, through our School of Business and Technology. Accounting has really stood out recently with students getting internships and jobs at some really Power 4 accounting firms here. And so, and then obviously with Nashville, Music City, we're looking to tap into the industry and on the business side of things, whether it's, you know, record labels, publishing companies, or the smaller entrepreneur artist management companies that are operated out of Music Row there. Again, it's just looking to connect the students to professional work experience, resume building information that they can have with them as they work towards completing their bachelor degree. Lots of fun on campus. We've got about 4,000 students here on campus. And so inside that number, about 1,900 students are traditional undergraduates. About 1,000 of our traditional undergrads live on campus with us in the dorms and the apartments. And then roughly 800-900 students are commuting in from the Middle Tennessee area. So we are a Christian university, but that certainly does not mean that our students don't have fun. We do believe that there's structure here through the Christian worldview that eliminates distractions from students being successful academically, socially, professionally here, but lots of fun activities. We kick off with Welcome Week, that first week of school, late August, early September, and then it just carries on through the fall and spring semesters. So we do work really hard to be affordable. We like our chances to be affordable for any student that's looking to commute, and students that want to live on campus. We have to work a little bit harder to piece the right package together for them. But we're looking at institutional aid. We're looking at all the results from the FAFSA state and federal aid, and do provide a very personalized process, because every family's different, every situation's different, but we do individually work with the families on the numbers to hope to put together, like I said, an affordable package. NCAA Division II, 15 teams competing at the D2 level, multiple club sports on campus, Purple and White Club, our students that really follow the sports closely and never miss a home game, lots of intramural sports on campus as well. So it really depends on the degree of what a student wants to be involved with in terms of sports. As a player or fan, we've got a good variety, really good facilities here on campus. Free application online via Trevecca.edu, a part of the Common App. We're test optional for fall 2021. And so we're really working with students through admission processes right now, either solely based on the GPA or based on the combination of the GPA and test score for enrollment. So visiting campus, definitely would love for students to apply and visit. We are in person for visits Monday through Friday. We've got 2 preview days coming up this fall, a Saturday, October 17th, and then another one in November. Of course, we've got all the virtual options as well. But visiting is really the best way for the student to size us up and make sure we're the right fit for them. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Just a reminder to send in any Q&A questions. And now we'll be hearing from Illinois Wesleyan University.
All right. Good evening, everybody. My name is Andrew Starnes. I am the regional rep based in East Tennessee. So always good to be talking to students from the area. I do have the pleasure of working with families and students from the South. Definitely looking forward to getting a chance to talk to you about IW over the next few minutes, and get a chance to let you know why we were recently ranked in the top 10 nationally among all schools and universities for job placement. And typically we're referred to even by one recent college publication as the hidden gem of the Midwest. So Illinois Wesleyan, we are a liberal arts university, strong liberal arts foundation. We're located in Bloomington, Illinois, about 2.5 hours south of Chicago. Bloomington itself has about 130,000 people, so a good sized community there. And our campus has about 1,700 undergrads. So like many smaller private schools, definitely hope that you will consider us because with our 16, 17 students on average in the classroom, really gives you an opportunity to avoid situations like this, not seeing the large stadium style lecture hall seating. You're going to be getting a lot less lecture, more discussion at Illinois Wesleyan. So again, a lot of what those smaller private schools can bring to the table, small classroom discussions, making sure you get all your questions answered by a professor, and just having great conversation with your peers. So it's a pretty day outside. It's not uncommon at all to see our students and faculty go outdoors, whatever it may be, small classroom sizes in the lab. You don't have to worry about TAs working with you. It's going to be your faculty and mentors along the way. So Illinois Wesleyan is comprised of 3 main colleges. Got our College of Fine Arts, so we have theater interest in the house or art or music. We have nationally ranked and renowned programs, especially with our musical theater and BFA acting programs. We also have a School of Nursing, so we do have a direct admit BSN program. Almost 2 decades, 100% job placement. Our average NCLEX pass rate is 98%, so just a lot of great things going on for that program. And then our College of Liberal Arts combined the majority of our majors. We do have over 80 different major and minor combinations, including everything from pre-med track to environmental studies, physics, astrophysics concentration, biology, business. State Farm Insurance is headquartered in Bloomington, so our students partner up and do internships and all kinds of employment opportunities there alone, plus tons of Fortune 500 companies based out of Chicago. Great opportunities for our students all across the board. So diversity at our school, very, very big as well. We're looking to continue to grow diverse population of students. Over a third, right at a third of our students are students of color. And we do everything from a pre-orientation diversity to be able to bring students of color in, make sure they have a voice and know where the resources are on the campus, to Latin, Latinx, LGBTQ graduations, and even multi-faith chaplain all around. So we want to make sure all students and backgrounds are welcome and feel welcomed at our school. And not to mention even students that are first generation. 30% of our students were first gen in this last class. Students of Pell eligibility. So there's so many different ways that we want to try to connect and make sure, again, all students feel welcome to attend. Campus life, we resemble a lot of a big university with student organizations over 120, Greek life, massive study abroad opportunities. The one thing that we don't have are tens of thousands of students. So again, if you're wanting all the resources that you would expect at a large university or state school, you're going to be in great shape at our school, just again with the smaller atmosphere being the difference. We are D3 NCAA. We are highly competitive across the board on all our major sports. We have 24 different sanctioned sports for our men and women. We also have esports. So if you're any gamers out there looking to potentially play at the collegiate level, can potentially get recruited and earn a scholarship that way as well. And we encourage all student athletes to reach out to our coaching staff, so that way they can make sure they get into the recruiting process. Already mentioned before, we don't ever want financial aid to be a barrier. So we try to pride ourselves in being affordable for as many students as we can make ourselves be. Over 95% of our students will receive financial aid after they're accepted. Our merit scholarship does go as high as $34,000 renewable. In fact, our last year's GPA was a 3.8 unweighted GPA with a 27 ACT, 1210 SAT is our average. So if you have that or higher, any of those averages, you're going to be looking at our higher scholarship opportunity. But we are test optional as well too. So keep that in mind as well. For applying, we are on the Common App. Our app internally is free, so both ways are free to apply. Also, I already mentioned we are test optional this year, but we try to keep the application process as simple as possible. We will be on early action period next month through November. So if you get everything into us, you will get the opportunity to get a decision and a potential financial aid package before Christmas break. And we will continue to work with you throughout the spring as well. My contact information is in the top left. Again, my name is Andrew Starnes. You could reach me at astarnes@iwu.edu. Also 309-706-6524 is my main line. Also, just a note, we are doing individual virtual visits, and we have one more large open house. In fact, we had one virtual open house today, over 80 different attendees that were on board. So we'll have one more virtual opportunity next month. If I could be of any help, just let us know, and you all have a great evening.
Thank you. Next, we'll be hearing from the University of Louisville.
What's up, everyone? My name is David Anzak, and I'm an admissions counselor for the University of Louisville. I live here in Music City in Nashville, trying to help get students up to the University of Louisville. So L's up, go Cards. These are some of the topics that I'm going to touch on, but I know you're probably going to have questions, so please feel free to reach out. It's a goofy time. You know, all of us admissions counselors on here want to be able to help you with any questions that you have. You see my cell phone number, text or call me, or send me an email. I'd be happy to answer any of your questions about U of L. So this is us. This is the University of Louisville. You know, we carry the name Louisville, which is the biggest city in Kentucky. But if you're kind of looking at this picture, you notice we're not really in, Louisville. It looks like we're 10 minutes away, almost in a neighborhood. So if you're looking for that urban environment of being somewhere and there's always something going on, but you're not right downtown in the chaos, that's us. You know, that's our university. We are a public institution in Kentucky. And on this campus that you're looking at, it only takes about 10 minutes to get around anywhere. So we're a nice compact campus within the city limits of Louisville. And the plus for Tennessee students is there's no hills. This is a flat campus, easy to get around. You can, as a first-time freshman, bring a car to campus if you'd like, or you don't have to have a car. There are ways to get around the city, to get around campus. Our students do have free access to the city of bus system. We also have, Uber, Lyft. There's those electric scooters that are popular here in Nashville. We've got the scooters on campus. Those are a really popular option, just to zoom around. So you don't need a car, but you can have one if you'd like one. When you're on this campus, we want you to grow. We want you to have fun. We want you to take advantage, of the arts and culture and economic hub that is the city of Louisville. I put on the top left-hand corner, I took a screenshot of our Career Center. Around 6,000 students last year utilized our Career Center for internships, for job shadowing, for getting that real-world experience outside of the classroom. And I think that's one of the biggest benefits of having the city of Louisville in our backyard. I'm going to quote the musical Hamilton here and say, our students like to be in the room where it happens, the room where it happens. And we can afford you that, learning in the classroom and then taking you outside, just 10, 15 minutes outside campus. You're able to get, that real world experience. But when you are on campus, when you're not doing your internships, we want you to get involved, to have, support our athletes, to support all the clubs and organizations. All athletics at the University of Louisville are free except for men's basketball and men's football, which are discounted tickets to students. In the top right-hand corner, I put one of the biggest clubs, besides like intramurals and getting involved with some of our different, not only, the intramural club sports, but also that's almost the same thing. Intramurals and clubs, two different things, but still being active athletically. The biggest, besides those two, the other biggest campus, supported event that we see is our Raise Red Dance Marathon. And it's an 18-hour dance marathon that raises money for pediatric cancer research. And you can see last year, right before COVID hit, they were able to raise that, almost $700,000. So for that student that's looking to go out of state, but stay close to home, you're from the Middle Tennessee area, you don't want to go that far. We're only a 2.5-hour drive from the Nashville area. So I think we're that Goldilocks school. We're not too far, we're not too close, but we're also not that big. We carry a big name, but we're not that large of an institution. Now, I realize in this presentation, we are the largest institution, but we're a medium-sized, school that's going to offer you kind of similar class sizes that you're experiencing right now in high school. And if you like this accent, we're seeing more out-of-state students coming to the University of Louisville. If you like this accent, the Chicagoland area is where we get some of the most out-of-state students from, and that's where this accent is from. So if you like it, you're going to be hearing more of this accent on Louisville's campus. Academics play a big reason why you go to college. I'm going to encourage all of you to search the U of L catalog. It's got all of our academic majors and minors. And what's really cool about the catalog is when you find an academic major that you're interested in, when you click on it, like I clicked on anthropology that you can see on the screen, if you then click the flight plan button, it's going to show you your 4-year breakdown of what your classes are going to be like. So you know what classes you're going to take, when they're going to occur within your 4 years on campus. So search the catalog, check out all of our majors, because I don't have enough time to touch on all of our academics. But to give you an idea, the University of Louisville does have 12 academic schools and colleges, but there's only 9 available to undergrad students. So from the College of Arts and Sciences, which is the largest college on campus, all the way to the School of Public Health. Those are the 9 different, schools and colleges that are available to you as an undergrad. Some of our most popular kind of programs and majors I'm going to talk about on the next slide. The way that admissions works at the University of Louisville is first we admit you to the university and then to your college or school. So for that student that right now doesn't really know what they want to do, it's totally okay to be undecided. You can apply to as undecided, you can come to U of L as undecided, and then find your fit and find what major that you're interested in. So speaking of majors, right, I'm going to touch on a few, but there's over 200. So check out the catalog, contact me if you have any questions. On the left-hand side of the screen, you can see some unique majors, some different majors that we offer that you don't see at a lot of schools. On the right-hand side of the screen, you're now seeing our most popular majors. So we're in our 7th week of classes right now at U of L with students on campus. And those freshman students that are on campus right now, these were the top 10 most popular majors that they applied to. We do see a lot of students that are interested in the natural sciences in coming to U of L because we have a med school, a law school, and a dental school. Like that pre-health track is really popular. You do have to live on campus. The stars indicate where our students are living on campus. These are all the cool different living situations. Traditional is the most common that our freshman students get. Applying to us, there's 2 different ways to apply. Apply to us with test scores or apply to us without test scores. It's up to you right now. But when you do apply, just know that for scholarship purposes, there is a difference. If you apply to us with test scores, the scholarship that you see on the left-hand side of the screen for students that live, in Davidson and the surrounding counties, they're available to you right away. If you apply without test scores, there's a scholarship. If you're a student that's not from Davidson and the surrounding counties, this is the scholarship that's available to you. Again, applying with test scores automatically receive this. You apply without test scores, you do have a scholarship application that you need to complete. Oh, all right, that was a fast 6 minutes. If you have any questions, you know how to contact me. L's up. Have a good one, guys. Bye.
Thank you. Send in any Q&A questions you have. And lastly, we'll be hearing from Murray State University.
Thank you. Hey guys, my name is Ivy Anderson. I'm lead admissions counselor here at Murray State University. And Murray State is also my alma mater, so I love talking to students about my campus. And you can see in the background behind me, that is an aerial view of our campus. We do have, let me see if I can move. Yeah, a really beautiful campus surrounded by a ton of green space, which is really awesome. So I will just tell you right now, the best way to experience that is coming to campus, which I'll talk a little bit about later. But let's go ahead and get into it. So Murray State, if you're unfamiliar, we are located in southwestern Kentucky. So we're on the other side of the state where Louisville is located. We're right across the Tennessee border, about 2 hours from Nashville, 3 hours from my hometown of Memphis. So we're pretty close to some major cities in Tennessee. We have about 9,500 students on our campus. So we're not a really small campus, but we're not really large. We're a really good medium size. In that student body, we have about 45 states that are represented in 50 countries. And we're super, super proud that our students get the opportunity to live and learn with students from all different kinds of cultures and backgrounds. And then we have 143 different academic programs on our campus. So that's majors, minors, and certificate programs. So really, we try to make sure that you're able to tailor your degree to exactly what you're looking for moving forward after college. I always tell students, no matter where you go, get involved, especially when you're going to or looking at four-year universities. Student organizations make college so much more fun. I mean, we have 173 different student organizations that you can get involved in. So in the bottom left-hand corner, you can see the full list of the type of student organizations that we have. So students are involved in everything. If you're really wanting to get involved in your major, we have those departmental and professional organizations that you can get involved with. I was a nursing major here at Murray State, so everything nursing I was signed up for and involved in. I was also Greek at Murray State, and so that's an option for our students. We also have some really fun niche clubs, like we have our herpetology society, and those are students that actually own like snakes and reptiles, and they bring them onto campus and talk about them, which is kind of crazy to see in the quad coming back from class. But really anything that you're interested in, we can make it happen here at Murray State. We have 25 intramural clubs and sports clubs. So for our students that are not looking to necessarily perform at the collegiate level, but still want to be active, we have 25 of those that are actually with our residential colleges. So if you are wanting to join an intramural team, you will compete against the other residential buildings on our campus, which is really fun. We have a lot of pride with that. And then we are a Division I school. We are in the Ohio Valley Conference with Austin Peay. So it's always really fun when I get to present with them. 15 NCAA teams there. So you can see the men's and the women's sports listed on goracers.com for those of you that are interested. All of the coaches' information is there. NCAA eligibility and those rules and requirements are all on there. So if you're wanting to send film or anything like that or get on a recruitment list, you can definitely do that there. Alrighty, so admission requirements. If you have a 3.0 GPA, we are test optional, so you don't have to submit test scores. If you have below the 3.0, totally fine, you can still apply, but we do require test scores at that point. So we need an 18 on the ACT, or if you decide to take the SAT, we need a 960. You'll complete that admissions application, and you can go to this website right here in the corner of my screen, admissions.murraystate.edu, to get the link to get the application process started. There is a $40 application fee that you'll submit with that. And then once all that's in, it usually takes us during this time of year about 2 weeks, and we'll get you an admissions decision in the mail and by email, so you can go ahead and start applying for the rest of our stuff. So speaking of applying, we've got scholarships on this page. So we have got 2 different types of scholarships: academic achievement and competitive. So academic achievement, you actually do not apply for these. They are automatically awarded based off of that GPA and ACT or SAT that's on your transcript. And then our competitive scholarships you will apply for. The cool thing about academic achievement and competitive is that they will stack on top of each other. The only time they won't stack is if you get a full ride to Murray State. So if you say you apply tonight, you have a 3.0, you have a 21. So you're eligible for that Dean Scholarship, which is $1,500 a year, all 4 years that you're here at Murray State. Then you can apply for competitive scholarships, and that will stack on top of that. Another really cool thing about academic achievement is you can retake the ACT or the SAT as many times as you're able to. And then as that score increases and your GPA increases, so does your money. So you have the ability to keep getting re-awarded new scholarships. So if you retake it next month and you get a 26 where you had a 21 before, that bumps you up into our CAR scholarship range. Then now you've got 45% of tuition covered right off the bat. With our competitive scholarship, that application, it's one application that applies you for everything from departmental scholarship, regional scholarships based off of where you're from, and then of course merit-based scholarships, so academics. And that application is due on February 1st. It is already open for our students. We are a later deadline, so when you're applying to other schools, make sure you keep that in mind. That 6 minutes went super, super fast. So let me scroll through here. So housing, guys, you are required to live on campus for 2 years. This is our only first come, first serve application. So I have a list here, but if you go to murraystate.edu/housing, you can see all of the layouts for our residential colleges, and you can kind of pick off that because we allow you to list your top 6 preferences. And then this is a list of our layouts here. And like I said earlier, our residential colleges do compete against each other for everything. So we paint up for games and all kinds of stuff. So that's really, really fun. And then lastly, of course, if you want to set up a visit, come see us. This is a picture of our quad. It is absolutely beautiful. So feel free on, we've got visits on campus, but then you can also do the virtual if you're uncomfortable with that. And then here's my contact information, guys. If you have any questions, reach out to me. And I'm also on Instagram. So feel free to DM me on there. But thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it. And I hope you guys have a great night.
Thank you. So it looks like we have some extra time. So I'm just going to invite all of the reps to come back on, and maybe everyone can take 30 to 45 seconds and just share their favorite event that happens on their campus. We can go in order from the previous presentations.
Hi, so I think our favorite annual event for myself personally is our polar plunge. We do it in our campus pool, which is awesome, early in the year, and you get to see your professors and stuff take the polar plunge and freeze, and it's awesome. I'm a scaredy cat, so I haven't done it yet, but all the proceeds go to support the Special Olympics Tennessee athletes. So that's something really cool on our campus that we have. It's just fun to see.
That sounds like fun. My favorite event is we have something called the launching of the new year, and it's at the beginning of the school year, and there's a huge picnic, and faculty and staff and freshmen come, and there's cornhole, and there's barbecue, and there's, you know, water balloon fights, and you name it. So it's just a good way to kick off the year.
All right, cool. I'm going to go with Paint-A-Palooza. And so this is an opportunity to just throw paint everywhere. And so the professor has the security team, you know, RAs from the dorm, different professors on campus get involved. So it's just an opportunity for students to kind of get wild on the turf field, throw paint on a professor if they didn't get a grade that they like, things like that. They got a ticket, got a parking ticket, things like that. It's just literally paint everywhere. And then we all do the big photo ops at the end, and it's all over social media. And so big memory maker, kind of kick off the fall semester. So.
Yeah, for us, I would say definitely the big show. And basically what that is, it's at the beginning of the year, we convert our entire student center into stage and an area for concert. And usually we have some pretty decent names come in. We had Waka Flocka a couple of years ago and All American Rejects this past year, actually before lockdown actually came through. So we at least got to have that like a tradition, which was nice. And it's just an awesome time to have it for a few hours, convert everything over. Students obviously get in free, and there's a bunch of like other activities and fun things going on. So it's really popular each year.
I'm going to cheat a little bit. Louisville is home to horse racing, right? The Kentucky Derby. So Murray State are the racers. While it's not on our campus, the Churchill Downs is right on the same road as our football and our baseball stadium. So the Kentucky Derby, what happens every single, beginning of May, that's that big event that the city, and our students get a part of.
I'm gonna have to say my favorite campus tradition is all campus sing. So it happens in our quad. Our quad is huge, and so it fills up with students. Professors cancel class, and we do it on the steps of our oldest building on campus, Lovett Auditorium, and it's basically Pitch Perfect on steroids. It's a giant a cappella singing competition. It's so fun. Every student group on campus does competes, and then there's like this huge trophy. There's a check that you win for your philanthropy, whichever that is. And so it is super fun, and our students are super talented, so that's really fun to see.
That sounds great. So if anyone has anything else they want to share, it looks like we didn't get any more Q&A questions. So I will just say thank you all for joining us. And when you go to close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. We'd appreciate any feedback you can provide. This was just one of many sessions being hosted, so be sure to check out the full sign up for additional sessions. And in about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording as well as all of the other sessions recordings online. So thank you all. Good night, everyone. Bye.